Next is from Easton Axwound. Has Bray Wyatt his own career? This is my first email into the show. I used to be Cornette diehard, but he's becoming unlistenable because he's so clearly in character to these. But yes, I would like to ask the Keep It 100 show about Bray Wyatt. Back when he got released in 2021, it was shocking. He was a top guy who sold giant numbers of merchandise, which is something that WWE doesn't have a whole lot of these days. At the time, it seemed like AEW was about to sign him, and as they keep saying, change the game, but nothing happened. Tony Khan now clearly knows he can only pop a rating by debuting someone. Jeff Hardy is like coming to AEW in the next 4 weeks. But if AEW were to sign Bray Wyatt now, have they missed the window for it to really matter? I mean, it's been something like 8 to 9 months. Wyatt is kept out of the spotlight apart from his social media posts here and there, and WWE has moved on without him. If and when AEW do sign him, do you think that it will matter as much? And while I'm here, what do you think is a realistic possibility that Wyatt would ever return to WWE? Was the breakup that bad behind the scenes? First of all, about the WWE stuff, I have no clue what happened with Bray Wyatt behind the scenes. So,
well, we heard some of it from Billy. Right. He wanted to keep taking time off and things like that. So.
Yeah, but I don't know anything beyond that.
Yeah.
So Bray Wyatt now, I think he'd be. I still think he's a lot of worse than the guy that used correctly. If he goes in and starts killing people, it's a good visual picture. Well, what about you, Konnan? I mean, obviously, the guy should have a spot somewhere.
The guy's uber talented because he got the over when he was the guy with the lantern. What was his name?
It was Bray Wyatt. Yeah,
Bray Wyatt. Okay. Then I thought that when he was doing the Funhouse stuff, I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah.
How the dichotomy between him turning into a bad guy and a good guy. Then when he turned into the demon, it was a little bit hokey, but I was still with it. And then when Alexa got introduced and the whole Randy Orton, it went off the rails. But I've always found him to be a fascinating character that I think, they could bring him back strong, well written, and he'd still be very interesting.
He's already interesting on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's got this YouTube channel. It's kind of like he's keeping his character alive.
Oh, really? I haven't seen it.
It's very well produced.
As Wyndham, yeah.
Go look it up, Joe, and maybe find one of these vignettes he does. Anyway, this is on his YouTube. Remember how Cross used to do really good stuff on YouTube?
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt's doing very good stuff on YouTube right now. It's excellent content.
No, it shows how creative the guy is.
Right. So find one of these, Joe, so we can play one for Konnan and show him how good these are.
Yo, what up? This is Konnan, and I host Keeping It 100, my co-host, Disco Inferno, unfortunately.
Well, I'd say you're my co-host.
Listen, every Thursday here on Spreaker, we talk pro wrestling, sports, movies, music, TV, pop culture, and some politics. It's everything the rest of the pro wrestling podcasts are not.
Tune in to hear myself, the superior one, educate and inform.
Tune in to hear me bury Disco.
That's very disrespectful.
Join us every Thursday on Spreaker and keep it 100. Boom!